Welcome to scary Mary Asia. The Labours of Hercules, they say. Before the rise of empires, before the names of kings were written in stone, there lived a man whose strength could shake the heavens themselves. His name was Hercules. But strength is never without suffering. Born of Zeus, an immortal woman, he was marked by Hera's hatred from the moment he first drew breath. And in her jealousy, the queen of the gods drove him mad. In that madness, Hercules did the unthinkable. He killed his own wife and children. When his sanity returned, all that remained was grief and the endless weight of guilt. So he went to the Oracle of Delphi, begging for redemption. And the Oracle spoke, "Serve King Eurystheus. Do his bidding. Complete the 12 labors, and you shall be purified." And so began the legend. The first labor, the Nemean lion in the hills of Nemea. A lion proud, whose golden hide no blade could pierce. Villages burned. Warriors vanished. Hercules faced it alone. His arrows shattered against its skin, useless. So he dropped his weapons, lunged forward, and locked his arms around the beast's neck. The struggle shook the trees. Man and monster locked in silence until the lion fell still. Hercules rose, scarred and breathless, wearing the lioness skin as armor, a symbol of the wild power he would now command. The second labor, the Lernaean Hydra. Next came the Hydra of Lerna, a serpent with 9 heads that regenerated 2 for each one severed. The air stank of poison. Each swing of Hercules' sword made the creature stronger, until from the shadows his nephew Alaus brought fire. Together they burned each neck as it was cut. When the immortal head remained, Hercules crushed it beneath a boulder. From its black blood, he dipped his arrows, forever deadly. The third labor, the Golden Hind, then. A test of patience. The sacred Golden Hind of Artemis, swift as the wind and holy to the gods. For a full year, he chased it, never resting. At last, he caught it alive. And when Artemis herself appeared, he knelt and swore it would come to no harm. Even the goddess relented, and he carried on. The fourth labor, the Erymanthian, bore high in the frozen peaks of Erymanthos. A monstrous boar raged through the snow. Hercules drove it into a blizzard, trapping it in the drifts. When he returned to Eurystheus with the beast, the cowardly king hid in a bronze jar. The hero laughed and left the boar alive. The fifth labor, the Augean stables, 30 years of filth and thousands of cattle. The stables of King Augean, a task meant to humiliate, not to test. But Hercules, clever as he was strong, broke the walls and diverted 2 rivers through the stables. In one day, they were clean. In one day, he turned mockery into victory. The sixth labor, the Stymphalian birds, bronze-beaked, man-eating creatures, blackened the sky. Athena herself gifted him a rattle of bronze. When he shook it, the birds took flight, and he brought them down with his arrows, like stars falling from heaven. The seventh labor, the Cretan bull on the island of Crete. A raging bull burned with divine madness. Hercules seized its horns, wrestled it to the ground, and led it back across the sea. Even the gods watched awed, as mortal hands subdued a gift of Poseidon. The eighth labor, the mares of Diomedes. King Diomedes fed his horses on human flesh. When Hercules came for them, the king sent men to stop him. They failed, and so the hero fed Diomedes to his own beasts. Only then did the mares grow calm. Justice, it seems, had a taste of its own. The ninth labored, the belt of Hippolyta among the Amazons. Hercules sought the golden girdle of Queen Hip. She welcomed him, a rare kindness. But Hera whispered lies that Hercules meant to kidnap her. Battle erupted. When it ended, the queen lay dead, and Hercules, heavy-hearted, took the belt in silence. Even heroes pay the price of misunderstanding. The 10th labor, the cattle of Geryon, far to the west, at the edge of the world, lived Geryon, a giant, with 3 bodies and a herd of red cattle. The journey spanned deserts and oceans. Hercules slew the giant, took the cattle, and crossed the burning lands beneath the gaze of Helios himself. Even the sun god admired his endurance. The 11th labor, the apples of the Hesperides, golden apples, guarded by nymphs, and a dragon that never slept. No mortal could take them, But Hercules was no mere mortal. He found Atlas, the Titan who held up the sky, and offered a deal. "I will bear the heavens if you fetch the apples." Atlas agreed. But when he returned, he tried to leave Hercules with the burden forever. With wit as sharp as his sword, the hero tricked Atlas back into his place and walked away with the apples of immortality in hand. The 12th, Labours of Hercules. At last, the final trial, to descend into the underworld itself and bring back Cerberus, the three-headed hound of Hades. Unarmed, Hercules stood before death. Hades granted permission, if he could subdue the beast without weapons. And so, with his bare hands, the son of Zeus wrestled the guardian of the dead. The world trembled and then fell silent. When he rose, Cerberus followed. Even death had yielded. 12 labors, 12 trials of strength, wit, and heart. When all was done, the gods forgave him. Hercules was lifted to Olympus, a mortal no more, but a god among gods. From sin to salvation, from pain to glory. His story became eternal, for even the greatest heroes are not born perfect. They are forged in suffering, in sacrifice, and in the will to rise again. And so begins the legend. The tale of a man who defied gods, monsters, and fate itself. A story written not in ink, but in blood, sweat, and immortality. Over the coming days, we will journey together through all 12 labors of Hercules, from the savage hunt of the Nemean lion to the depths of the underworld itself, where even death bowed before his will. Each episode, a trial. Each trial, a step closer to redemption. So, if you crave ancient legends, if you hunger for myth and glory, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned, because the labors of Hercules are about to begin. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like, share, and comment.